By Worldwire News, May 19, 2025, the Brexit promise meets a new era of realism. 5 years since officially departing the European Union, the United Kingdom has entered a new chapter in its post-Brexit journey. The recent post-Brexit reset agreement between the UK and the EU signals a shift from the political symbolism of sovereignty to the practical realities of cooperation. But beyond this diplomatic thaw, the central question remains: has the UK truly benefited from Brexit? Or is the current reset a quiet admission that isolation came at a cost too high? The 2025 post-Brexit reset, a summary. The new UK-EU agreement, finalized in May 2025, is comprehensive and pragmatic, aiming to repair economic and diplomatic strains while respecting the Brexit mandate. It covers simplified trade and customs procedures to reduce export costs and delays 12-year extension of EU fishing access in UK waters, in exchange for reduced border checks. Youth mobility scheme, enabling young citizens to work, study, or volunteer across borders. Defence collaboration and access to EU arms fund. Environmental alignment with the EU's emissions trading scheme. Reinstatement of pet passports and e-gate access for UK travellers. The deal is being lauded as a sensible step forward, but also criticised by Brexiteers as backdoor reintegration. Brexit scorecard, 2020 to 2025. What has the UK gained? 1. Sovereignty over trade and immigration. The UK gained the ability to set its own immigration rules, resulting in a points-based system, negotiate independent trade agreements, notably with Australia, Japan, and the CPTPP bloc, regulate its laws and standards without EU interference. Gain policy freedom. Reality: trade deals haven't yet replaced the EU's economic scale or impact. 2. Control over borders. Ending free movement allowed the UK to prioritize skilled labor, reduce low-wage immigration, and reset public sentiment around border control. Gain political messaging. Win. Reality: worker shortages in healthcare, agriculture, and logistics remain unresolved. 3. Independent regulatory path. The UK has begun diverging from EU financial regulations and adopted a more flexible AI governance framework. Gain innovation potential. Reality: risk of reduced access to the EU market. Brexit pain points, 2020 to 2025. 1. Trade disruptions. UK-EU exports dropped significantly post-2020 due to increased friction, paperwork, and costs. Small businesses were especially impacted. £27 billion estimated annual loss in services. Trade, farming and fishing sectors felt betrayed by post-Brexit. Reality: loss economic competitiveness, especially for SMEs. Recovery: the new trade alignment could reverse some of the damage. 2. Labour shortages and inflation. With reduced EU workforce access, the UK saw shortages in care homes, hospitality, and agriculture. Higher food prices and slower productivity. Loss economic resilience. Response: increased non-EU immigration to compensate. 3. Northern Ireland Protocol tensions. Trade checks between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK sparked political unrest and challenged the Good Friday Agreement. Loss political harmony and regional stability. Repair: the Windsor Framework, 2023, has partially eased tensions. The reset: what the UK gains now: smoother trade, reduced border checks and paperwork. Youth mobility: restoring cultural and academic links. Energy collaboration: improved grid stability and carbon pricing alignment. Defence ties: access to EU arms. Innovation and shared security dialogues. Tourism: ease, quicker travel via e-gates and reintroduction of pet passports. These gains reflect a return to functional interdependence while maintaining legal independence. Analysis: has Brexit delivered what Brexiteers promised? Take back control, reduce EU interference, boost the UK's global standing. What reality delivered? Political control. Yes. Economic gain. Mixed. Global standing. More isolated at first, now recalibrating through diplomatic resets. Conclusion: a reset, not a reversal. The 2025 UK-EU agreement is not a betrayal of Brexit, it's a correction. It acknowledges that sovereignty without strategy is costly, and that the UK's interests are better served by partnership than prolonged posturing. Brexit gave the UK freedom. This reset gives it function. Whether this is enough to revive the economic and social promise of Brexit will depend on how the UK navigates its new hybrid position, outside the EU, but no longer at odds with it. Stay with World Wire News for deeper analysis on global geopolitics, trade, and economic futures.